Welcome to Reed's Learning Street. As we have a guest in our studio this evening, we have the esteemed Joy Ishram. Yeah! Trying to make the crowd noise. Okay, all right, all right. Yes, yes. All right, all right. And we are here to do an interview. Well, actually, not we. Uh, my Joy, the artist, is doing an interview for Reed's Learning Street. And we are also streaming to Karmic Dynasty's website, my apology, to their platform, as well as to Reed's Learning Street platform on YouTube. So we would like for you all to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell so that you get all the notifications every time we go live. All right, would you like to get started, Missy?
I would. Okay. So, as you know, of the situation with the assignment that occurred at my school, I want to say a couple weeks ago.
The public doesn't know.
Yes. We were supposed to find a poem online and analyze it and relate it back to the novel we were reading.
Okay.
And I wanted to write my own poem because I don't like using other people's work for my own benefit when I could write my own poem. So there was pushback, of course, and I just wanted to write an opinion piece about it because I feel strongly about this topic. So I wanted to interview you so I could get your opinion on it and to see where you stand.
Okay.
So as for my first question, as a mother and homeschooler, where do you stand on the suppression of children's creativity?
I have a lot to say. I'm trying to see what to say. Because I do know the situation. And also, as my audience knows, I have an unscripted platform. So everyone, I did not know what we were going to be talking about tonight. So I'm glad you're bringing this topic to the platform. It says a lot that you are expressing your voice publicly. It's not just a private affair. And I think that it's good that you are sharing so that others that are or will be in that same type position, they could use this as encouragement to get through it and not allow someone to tell you what you can't do, to not allow someone to tell you how to express yourself, and to stand up for yourself, which is what I suggest that you do, and to stand firm in your position in which you know. Definitely, that's the best teacher. And so when I saw you do it, I was proud, excited. I'm like, yes, she did it. So yes, definitely stand up. And I also think that the good thing is, in your case, you were amongst what the system would call your peers, and you stood your ground. So I also said that it's great that you did that so that those in the midst of you at the time could see that it's okay to stand up for themselves.
Okay.
Yeah. And it actually encouraged them to do the same.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And my second question, for you is, what consequences do you think result from these acts of suppression in like the long term?
Consequences to the acts of suppression. Consequences to who?
To like the children of the student. Do you think they're affected negatively by having their creativity suppressed or stifled?
I think initially suppression has a negative impact, because it's going against the flow for where the person or student was going. They're flowing this way, then a wall or blockage comes. And so that would be just the polarities, the push and pull, the positive and negative. And so the result, the action should be to overcome. So to go over the wall, to knock down the wall. Actually, just destroy the wall. Mm-hmm. Destroy the wall and keep going. And to not let those negative parts of it remain. Yeah. I would, well, if there's negative, it's going to be there. I would say just to expect a small negative part of that situation to remain, and hold it as a reminder of how they got through it. And so for future use, they know that they got through something and that they can overcome it, because there's always going to be the negative. So just use it as a reminder that the positive is on the other side. The positive is when the breakthrough happens. And then those self-achievements grow inside of you. Don't let that negative just overcome and take over and grow. Mm-hmm. Don't do that.
Okay. My next question. How would you respond if one of your students communicated that they wanted to exercise their creative ability?
Okay, say that one more time for me.
How would you respond if one of your students communicated that they wanted to exercise their creative ability?
I always encourage their creative abilities. And I actually, so a method of my encouragement is not just verbally supporting them, but I support them through seeing what steps they're taking, and then I sit in or get in where I can to support each step through their creativeness. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, my next question. Is there ever a reason to suppress creativity in teaching at all?
In teaching?
Mm-hmm. Like when you're teaching your students, say about numbers or math, mm-hmm. Is there ever a reason to not let them be creative in that subject?
To not let them be creative? No. Creativity is all the time. Mm-hmm. Creativity should be recognized all the time, because it is real. It exists all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So no, it's not even possible to suppress creativity. And in the event that it appears that the creativity is being suppressed, if there's a person who thinks they're stopping creativity, that is a lie. The creative process will continue, whether the person who's attempting to stop it can see it or hear it or feel it or not. It's still there. Mm-hmm. That's not even possible. Mm-hmm.
Okay. My last question for you is, how do you think we could solve the issue of creativity suppression? Like not just in school, but like in the world?
I would say it's a personal journey, and it's an individual event every time. So the suppression actually is not real to me. It's just an attempt of an attack on creativity is what suppression is. Suppress means to hold it, stop, hold it down. To me, suppression actually is like it creates a ceiling. It creates like a vacuum. And then, like all things, when it's under pressure, it's going to explode one day. So actually, people are trying to suppress students, children, individuals. They're actually setting themselves up for a failed event. That's what they're doing, because it's going to come out one day. So I think it's best that they get out the way, and it happens as the creator is creating it versus the explosion of creation, because that's when I think the suppressor will have a critical self-realized moment in life. And then they'll actually, what some would call, be eating humble pie. They realize they need to just sit down. Yeah. And they did all that effort and work for nothing. What some would call the Big Bang Theory. It's just going to blow up in their face, in other words. And that's my piece on that question. Do you have any questions?
Well, maybe not questions at the moment, possibly comments.
Okay.
I do notice that you have your title is Creativity Suppression on a Full Moon. And we don't want to not acknowledge that the full moon was yesterday, you know what I'm saying? And you were experiencing this creativity suppression on the prior to the full moon, and it has come to a head now. Now that the full moon has come past us, how do you relate the energies that have been going around with the full moon to what could have possibly have been the energies that she was dealing with, or energies that anybody is dealing with at this point? Because I know you're well-rounded with your knowledge and wisdom, understood, overstood, understood. So if you could just kind of expound on that a little bit for us, please.
Right now, from what I'm feeling myself, the energy from the moon, and what I'm hearing is happening right now with the event of this suppression topic coming to a head. This is a time of creativity, awareness of it, and the push through of it, which we're speaking about today. So I would say right now, I'm a visual person, so I'm seeing a lot. I'm trying to put it in the words. That vacuum I mentioned, the suppression, and I mentioned the blowing up of it. Right now, that's what the moon. That's what the influence of the moon I'm feeling right now. Again, I'm aware of the assignment and the act of suppression towards you, and this is a time where, as I mentioned before, it's going to blow up in the person's face who attempted to suppress you. And from the energy that I'm feeling myself today, this is a time of the acts that were done against us to hold us back are being presented in a forceful manner. It's like the blow up. It's a forceful manner. It's coming out, coming forward, and it's being done effortlessly. It's like you don't have to put any extra oomph or effort into it happening. It's just overflowing. It's this outburst of energy. It's this fire. It's this heat. And all of that blowout is everything that you were simply wanting to do in the moment in smaller, mild, calm pieces. But the act of suppression coming against you caused you to sit back, caused you to sit down. And at the time, that energy that's pushed back and set down is just now flowing out at all directions. And so This is a time to acknowledge and accept the energies coming from us, flowing from us. And we naturally, from what I'm feeling today, we not going to feel bad about it. We not going to feel no way negative about it. We not going to second guess, well, should this be what I'm feeling? Well, is it right that that person is getting this energy back from me? Yes, it's right. It's correct. And they actually were supposed to get it before the act or attempt of suppression. So we are not supposed to be in a regretful energy right now. That actually is not that we're not supposed to, we're not going to. The moon energy right now is not even where we're going to feel bad about watching these people get hit with the energy that's coming for them. And right now, what I'm feeling, we're going to feel a little live wire. We're going to feel like we're everywhere, but just right here, right now. And it just feels like we need a containment field. Because if we keep going any further, any longer, any higher, it's just like everything around us will be consumed. It'll be overtaken by this energy that was not wanting to be allowed from us in the current moments of the current times. As best I can express what I'm saying and feeling right now for the past few days. Yeah, because I actually have been busy in life to the degree I've not paid attention to the moon. I actually haven't even looked up at the sky lately, and I've just been constant movement. Someone today brought the full moon awareness of it to me today, and I was like, oh, so that's why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. It explains a lot. And then they mentioned the Taurus, and I'm like, oh, so no wonder. This is a time to feel the fire, the heat, the flame. And with it being in Taurus, that's easily understood why that is the case. Yeah, you're gonna feel fired up. Just let that fire flow. That's what I say. Just let it. It's gonna flow. You ain't gotta do nothing. Just watch it flow. I ain't gonna say just let it. I'm saying watch it flow. It's gonna flow. Mm-hmm. It's gonna flow. Just watch it and ride with it. And if you kind of still, you can feel yourself riding in it. It's with you. Mm-hmm. Great. I will say in the last couple of days, I've been like getting very angry. Mm-hmm. Or like having like stronger emotions. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Over the smallest things. Yeah. I've been trying to figure out why that is. Yeah, it was that moon approaching. Yeah. Feel that energy, the moon approaching. And as the days go on, you want to feel it kind of trail off. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. It's interconnection.
Yeah, that goes back to us as women or as females being connected to the moon and the energy that the moon gives off. We feel that energy. So the full blood moon in Taurus during the Scorpio season, as we know that Scorpio is already a fiery sign. Yeah. And then you've got a blood moon in Taurus during Scorpio season. So there's even more fire, and there you go, radiation. Yes. You know, a lot of energy moving around. And if we don't know how to gravitate with the flow, it will knock us, to the side, as in like with the car riding down the highway. If they don't know how to deal with that wind energy to control it, it will knock them into another car on the side of them. Or if they know how to control it, they've got a good handle on that steering wheel. Oh, I knew that gust of wind was going to come, so I was ready for it. That type of
both hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah, being prepared for the energy that's about to hit you. Like you said, you were not aware of why you were so irritable at such small things. Because remember, I asked you, I said, "Are you?" Oh, I asked her if she was on her cycle because she was so snappy, and I'm like, "It's not her time for a cycle, but she's just snappy."
She's like, I don't care, bro. She's talking about me.
My apology, but that's just to bring more attention to the fact that energy does it. We're surrounded by energy, and being in connection with the moon, we as divine feminine, we grab that energy, we gravitate with it, we either go with the flow or that flow is going to make us go.
So does that mean we're all intuitively connected?
In my personal opinion, yes, we all are connected because I know sometimes I'll think of someone or I can think of Joy. And then all of a sudden, there it is with the phone will ring and it's her on the phone line. So yes, we are intuitively connected.
Just explain so much. Like people say there are a lot of coincidences. Now, if you really look at the connections, the people that you talk to the most, the people that you relate to the most, that connection is obviously strong enough to, I wouldn't say perform miracles, but definitely have great realizations.
Well, write down the word coincidences. When you do that, you've got co, which means two, and then incidents. So you've got two incidents. So is it really a coincidence? It's a technically it is a coincidence because you've got two of the same incidents happening. It's not a coincidence as in the way that we've been given the definition to think of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, that shouldn't be happening. No, actually, that should be happening. There we go. There we go.
I enjoyed being interviewed. Someone asked me months ago when was the last time I was interviewed, and I was like, I haven't been. I don't remember. I don't recall being interviewed before. So yeah, this is what's up. Yeah.
That means I'm going to interview you.
Huh?
That means I'm going to interview you.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. Yeah, that's what that means.
Okay, I like this. I'm very glad that we were able to get this interview in before the evening got too late, because I do know that you are part of the schooling system, so you do have to get up in the morning. Those of us that are part of the unschooling system have our own schedule.
That was an in your face moment. In your face.
Okay, but yes, we thank everybody for joining us on Karmic Dynasty and Reed's Learning Street this evening. Yes, and we so appreciate you all. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, suggest an adventure for us, or give us some feedback on these interviews, and maybe you've got some questions that you'd like to set forth for us. All right, if there's nothing else, I would like to say my two adieus.
I will see you guys later.
All right, we thank you for joining us. Have a grand day.